Friday the 4th of July, yet another full tour of the front garden. You do know that's a joke when I say that, what with the front garden being so small. So I was going to be holding off on doing another tour of the front garden until all the cherry tomatoes were red, so you could be stunned by them. But as I've got about 2 things to report on and about 5 half things to report on, so that's about 4.5 things altogether, I thought I may as well knock one out. So first of all, with the blossom end rot on these pyramid tomatoes, I pulled about 10 or 12 of them off and just chucked them down there. And none of the other pyramid tomatoes have got blossom end rot, as far as I know, and none of those ones got it, and sort of nothing else got it either. So I think it's to do with the shape of the pyramid tomatoes, like their surface area to volume ratio. And also I put it down either to meet my inconsistent watering, or maybe once I gave them a general feed when I should have given them a tomato feed, and maybe they had too much nitrogen and the nitrogen were blocking out the calcium, magnesium and potassium to get into the plant. So this is okay now. On a related subject, some of these tomatoes here have been damaged, so I presume that's like a combination of lack of water one weekend with too much sun. But there's only a few of these that have got this, and they seem to be on this plant, those plants, rather than the ones over here. So I've never actually had that before, so I am just putting that down to the heat, and maybe they missed out some watering one weekend when I was working. The calla here, the leaves are continuing to grow, but I think I've still only had about 3 flowers, so I don't know whether that's all the flowers I'm going to get on that. Right, so the other proper thing I wanted to report on were the supposed poinsettia chilies, which I've had my doubts about for a while, because they're supposed to be pointing upwards like a claw, and these aren't. And I'm wondering what's happened is that maybe I've planted out some normal snack peppers here, but because I actually treated them well, and you know they've got their own pot and things, and rather than just staying in a red cup, they're sort of like growing quite well. Because I've tried looking at the other things that I bought in terms of chili seeds and that, and I can't see anything that would go yellow like that. So I think these are actually snack peppers. So there's some there, some there. There's others hiding down there. Oh, that one seems to have rotted on the... Well, it was on there. I don't think you're ever going to get a proper display of the sun-striped tomatoes, because what happens is once they get ripened, I eat them. So I've got a couple of mascotta tomatoes ripening. So you can see they're like slightly bigger than the other cherry tomatoes. And some of the other chilies are starting to go red. So I don't know what variety that is there, because I mix them all up in those containers. Another half thing to report on is the sunflower. I think it's just about going to miss the overhang on the roof, so I think I'm going to get away with not having to move it. Oh yes, and another thing is, because these sun-striped tomatoes were the first things to be planted out, so these should all be finished in a month's time. So I thought what I should be doing is getting the replacement plants for the planter. Now, I don't actually like begonias, but we had begonias in the planters at work last year, and they weren't all that good in the spring, but they actually had them all the way through the summer, and for a high summer to late summer, the begonias are actually quite good, and they seem to thrive better than anything else. So I'm thinking of getting some begonias. Now they're currently on sale at Asda, but I'm a bit self-conscious about going there with my trolley, so I'll probably go to B&Q instead to buy them. Because even though it's more expensive, because it's close by, and B, because I'm not so self-conscious about walking around with a great big trolley when other people walk around in great big trolleys anyway for their building supplies and that. So we can see the effect of the wind here. So I did do 2 pieces of string, so it's stopping it bending over too far. So we'll just have to hope probably I need to have a 3rd piece of string higher up now, but I'm not going to do that while it's wind, or maybe I will. Because the other thing is in order to tie it up there, I've got to move these dahlias out of the way to access it. So I might do that next week, who knows. So I think that's everything to report on. So I'm getting a couple more cosmos flowering, and these Sweet William, they need deadheading, so I'll do that at some stage. I think that's about everything to report on, so I think that was enough to make a report. Okay, see ya.